Hi, Norwegian Settlers Church family. I've been looking forward just to connect with you with regard to the challenges that we as a church and community face with regard to this pandemic that we're all up against, this coronavirus. So I'm sitting with Phil today, and we're going to be talking you through the church approach. The leadership of the church have met, and we've had many long hours of discussion. And we would like just to share with you some of the things that we have established and present to you probably a plan to move this whole thing forward. So thank you for this time that you've given me. I hope that it's going to be beneficial to you, and that at the end of the day, this is going to actually be something that our church is going to be blessed by. We're not afraid of change, but we do look forward to returning to normality at another time. But for now, this is what we have to share with you. Just a quick update to where we're at. You've heard so much on the news and the media about the coronavirus. You've watched on TV as people have spoken with knowledge and with scientific facts. And so we as a church are not unaware of the challenges that we will soon be facing. So we would far rather fall into the category of those who are planned and ready for this thing. So when it does hit in whatever shape or form it comes, we believe that we'll be as ready as we possibly can be. We'd like to just share with you some of these have been hard decisions that we've had to make, but just by way of the actual church meetings, our sermons, our spiritual food, we have a couple of suggestions for you, and we're asking you to think along this line. The first thing is that the government have limited us to 100 people per gathering. Now guys, this may change over the course of time. It could go from 100 down to 50, maybe even down to 10. But right now, our boundary is 100 people. We want to honor government. We are told to pray for our government and to support them where we can in these things. And so everything we've done has been with that in mind. So anticipating the need for some people to meet together, to be a part of a meeting, our proposal is to have 3 services during the course of the week. We're proposing 2 Sunday morning services and 1 evening service during the week on a Wednesday evening. Now, we're encouraging people, if they want to be a part of something bigger than the rest of what we'll suggest, that this may be the way for you to go. We will be asking you, and Phil here will be taking you through how to respond to this so that we can plan effectively and let you know the final outcome. And then obviously, because we live in the media age, and Phil and his team have just totally blown us away with their ability to make something happen out of nothing. And so they have an online system where you can watch TV live online and watch the service at whatever hour you would want, it being presented at probably 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. But here's what's cool. If you want to watch it online, it would be really nice if you wanted to watch it with other people. So for want of better terminology, we're calling it Sunday Cell Church, where you get together with friends, maybe your existing cell group, in small groups at people's homes, and are able to watch the service together in those small groups. For those of you who feel that you just would like to watch it online on your own, at your convenience, it will be broadcast at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, or thereafter you can download it whenever you feel you need to. But I so want to encourage you all to make sure that this becomes a part of your weekly routine, that as much as you were coming to church, this would be really good if you did church in one of these 3 ways. We will unfortunately be having to close the children's church down, and so the service that we present to you on a Sunday will be no longer than an hour. It will be very much a family service, and if you want to bring your kids, then that'll be fine, but it's going to be 1 hour of a shortened version of what we normally do on a Sunday morning, and I'm hoping that you will avail yourself of that. But Kids Church will be closed with immediate effect. We also have been talking with the 2 youth groups. We have Youth Works that meet down in Shelley Beach, and they will be continuing as normal. They will be putting into practice all of the hygiene issues of washing hands and everything. We see no reason as to why that group cannot continue, and they will be closely monitored on a Friday evening. Unfortunately, Youth Alive, which is for the community immediately around the church, Unfortunately, we will have to close this for the foreseeable future because of so many logistical reasons, and we just felt rather be safe to protect the people, to protect our young people, that this might be the best thing from that point of view. And so those are our three scenarios. We've got the church as it is. You'll have to enroll to tell us if you're going to come to a service so we can do the maths and add up and see if it's worthwhile having. You'll have the online together in small groups, and you're going to be having the online on your own. We encourage you to continue this. We're also encouraging you to remember that this is just a short-term thing. We don't want you to get too comfortable at home, because you sitting drinking coffee with your feet on your table may not just be the best thing for church overall, but this is a great stopgap, and we're hoping that you will make the most of it. I'm going to ask Phil just to fill in for you how best we would like for you to respond to the three options that we've presented to you, and so that we can plan accordingly and then follow up as soon as we can with your responses. So please take this seriously. Phil, can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Trev. We'll be sending out communications this morning on all the platforms that we have, whether it's email, social media, even SMSs we'll be sending out. We'll have it on our webpage, on YouTube. And we'll be sending out a link to a survey where you can respond and say if you're interested in coming to a physical service, which time slot you would be interested in. This is to help us manage the number of people at each service. And then we'll be giving you the feedback from that survey through our website and through social media as well.
We're asking that you do this as quick as you can. In fact, I think, Phil, by lunchtime tomorrow, if we could get your first response as to which ones you want to attend or how you want to do Sunday church in whatever format, if you guys can really help us by having your response in by tomorrow, which is Thursday, by lunchtime, and then we promise we'll get back to you as soon as we can once we've received all of your ideas and your response to that. Is there anything else, Phil, on the social media side?
Yes, please just make sure that you follow us on all our social medias. That'll be on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Check our website regularly. We'll have a section on the website for latest updates as well. That'll have all of our infographics, things to do, how we manage this coronavirus epidemic, practical steps that we can take.
Yeah.
Those will all be on our website as well.
Also on our website, Phil, there's going to be a Norwegian Settlers Church theological sort of stance on what we theologically believe Corona might be. And we're not going to lay our head on a block over that, but we believe that that's what we should be believing. But at the same time, we have an indication of how to pray into the coronavirus thing. So unitedly as a church, if we all have the same ideas, are going down the same road, I think you'll find that quite useful as well, how to pray into Corona, bearing in mind just a few theological concepts that we will be holding to. Phil, we need to talk about the broader impact of the virus in our community. Our church, Phil Kloppers, is famous and phenomenal at giving, and you guys have given unbelievably sacrificially for the blessing of the church and the good of our community. But we're asking again now for another ask. There are in our community an incredibly poor group of people, a vast number of poorer people who are going to battle at this particular time. Jobs are going to be lost, food is going to be scarce, clothing is going to be skimp, and blankets are going to be short. And we're just appealing to you. We're going to be going into winter in a few weeks' time, and we really need to stockpile some blankets, some bedding, clothing, food, any tinned food, any long life stuff that you could help us with. I think if we just ask you guys if you could just drop off at the church, that would be absolutely phenomenal. And we'll make sure that goes to people in the church who have a particular physical need. I know you guys always respond unbelievably to this, but here's an opportunity for us, maybe just to go a little bit over and above, and I know that you will hear our request in this regard. Phil, let's just talk offering for a moment. Offerings, obviously, we have to ask you to continue with that. The financial obligations and the budget of the church still need to be met. In fact, I think our needs may even have grown in a financial realm. So we're asking, and we would love to just trust you to continue to give your tithes and your offerings, and we guarantee that that money will be well used to keep the church doors open and people still being saved, and so that God can be glorified in the community and our people can be blessed. So we're appealing to you. Kloppers, why don't you just tell us how best to do this offering thing?
Sure. With us switching primarily to online services, we've set up online giving, and we'd appreciate if you would change from in-person giving to switching to our online giving platform. There'll be a link on our website, nsc.za.org, and it'll just say give at the top. Click on that. We've partnered with PayFast, which is a secure payment platform. They'll be processing all of our payments.
That's good.
So you can rest easy that your credit card and debit card information is perfectly secure, perfectly safe, and can't be abused. It's a very simple process. You just select how much you want to give, what the purpose of the giving is, and if you want to put a reference number, you can do that. And you hit pay or donate, and that's it. It's done.
Okay. If you have any queries in that regard, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone, speak to either Jeff or to Phil, and they will give you the update on that. Guys, I think we're done, eh, Phil? But just to say, folks, let's bring hope to the world around us. Let's make sure we don't live in fear. We do not need to fear. Our God is much bigger than the coronavirus. And this is the most amazing and incredible opportunity for our church to make an even bigger impact in this community. And it's for this reason that we are the church. The crazy thing is that the church, Universal, has a great track record at times like this to respond appropriately. We don't run into our little corners and hide. That's not what we do. We go out there with boldness and confidence in God and continue to take the gospel to people. And so for the glory of God and the good of all people, we are looking forward, in a sense, it's going to be exciting, to the next few months. Keep praying for us as we keep praying for you, and we trust God for the best. And we love you guys, and I suggest we go out. Let's go and save the world, people. Thank you so much for listening.